out by doing what is probably my favorite little mystery. It dates back to ancient Japan. But in order to show it to you, I am going to need to borrow a couple of rather skeptical gentlemen from the audience. And there's two gentlemen sitting right back here that look very skeptical. Let's give them a nice hand while they come running right up here. Come on, you two. Put on your shoes and come on up. Choreography here. All right. No dancing, just a little choreography. Now, as I said, a very old little mystery dates back to ancient Japan. What these magicians would do would be to have their hands bound together at the thumb. Me, not you. And then, although securely bound together, they would cause seemingly solid objects to pass right through their hands. Now, they used a very strong form of rice core to do this, but that's no longer available. So I've adapted it to work to pipe cleaners, because they're also quite strong. Just happen to have some right back here. Would you please take any one of the long pipe cleaners out of there you'd like? And would you take any one of the short ones you'd like? Now, pipe cleaners are two solid steel wires, one twisted around the other. They don't stretch and they don't break, and we're going to show them. Would you take hold of one end of that? Would you take a hold of one end of that? Just one end, that's right. Pull on it. It does not stretch, does it? They will not break. In fact, they'll withstand about 200 pounds of pull. Now, the last time I did this, somebody said, Diana, we know exactly how this works. Your thumbs come off. So would you pull on that thumb to make sure it doesn't come off? It doesn't, does it? All right. And does that thumb come off? Does not come off. Now, we're going to fasten the two pipe cleaners together by simply taking the short pipe cleaner, twisting it around the long pipe cleaner so that it ends up approximately in the center like that. Now the fun starts. Would you take hold of this end over here? Come on over here. Take hold of the other end. Now, try to keep from dissecting the thumb. It is steel wire, but I do want you to pull on that nice and tight, all right? No, pull on it. No, pull on it tight. All right, that's right. Now, if you bring your hand in the direction of the audience, you bring your hand in the direction towards me. Right now, you'll find that those ends twist around each other. Keep going, and at some point, you may want to change hands, because the idea is to twist the idea is to twist those ends around each other to form a very, very tight loop, embedding those steel wire into my thumb. Give it another twist, if you would. And one more to make absolutely certain I couldn't possibly slide. You like this, don't you? Kinky. All right, would you check that to make absolutely certain I couldn't slide my thumb out of there. It is indeed very tight, isn't it? You'll notice the wrinkles in the skin. I love the shade of lavender that my thumb is turning. Would you take the other one, then? Bring it around the other thumb, if you would, please. Cross it. Pull it nice and tight. No, pull on. Try not to catch the skin. I need it for the next show. Give it another twist, if you would, please. And one more to make absolutely certain there's no way I could slide that thumb out of the loop. Oh, one more. Go ahead, live it up. Okay, now, we've got the two hands fastened together, but to make positive for sure that I could not separate my hands, would you take one of the long ends, bring it down between the nails, that's on the end of the thumbs, right. The other goes between the wrists. All right, now let me turn my hands over so everyone can see. Would you please cross those and pull them nice and tight, rendering it, yeah, that... Could have gotten anyone up here, you know. No, give it another twist. Go ahead, since you like it so much. One more twist to make absolutely certain I couldn't possibly separate my thumbs from that. You're absolutely certain? Mm-hmm. You're also slightly sadistic, aren't you? Check that to make sure there's no way I could possibly separate my thumbs. Now, you're wearing a belt, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Would you step right over there and slip your belt off? Out of camera, just in case. No. Come on over here. You'll notice there's some white rings hanging there. Do you see those? Take those off of there. Hand one to me. Have a look at the other two. Make sure they are indeed solid plastic rings. No hidden mirrors, hinges, or trapdoors, because you're about to see a miracle. Take a couple steps backwards, if you would, please. I'm going to toss this to you. When I do, I want you to catch it and then toss it right back to me in just the same manner. Ladies and gentlemen, watch very closely. You're not going to believe this. Watch. Toss me a ring. Just like that. We're going to do it again. Toss me another one, if you would. That's two. Just like that. Toss me the third one, just like that. You're saying, well, that's all very well and good, Diana, but after all, those rings do belong to me. Would you buckle that belt together, please? I'm going to now attempt to pass my hands through an object that doesn't belong to me. Buckle it together. Come on over here. We need you now. Not only will I attempt to pass my hands through his belt, right under his very nose, right before his very eyes, about 1.5 inches of leather at any place that he'd like me to. Point to some spot on that belt, if you would, please. Right there. All right. Watch closely. Here we go. One hand on either side. Just like... Let loose. Let loose. That's fine. Take me. Amazing, isn't it? Examine this belt. That's... Maybe you'd like to have a look at the rings. Would you take those? Hang on to that. Thank you. Now, as I was saying, would you like to check the thumbs? So you're saying, well, Diana, that can't happen. If you're passing your hands through solid objects, then maybe they've stretched or maybe they've broken. So I'm going to let you add a couple. Let's give him his belt back. I'm going to let you add a couple more pipe cleaners. Would you take a couple long ones out of there? What I want you to do is I want you to twist one around the other so that we get a very strong pipe cleaner. Do you see what I mean? So there's actually 4 wires intertwined. Now, you know and I know that it's absolutely impossible to pass one solid object through another. Or is it? Maybe not. So right now, when he gets these around, would you please put it around? That's fine. Cross it. Now pull it nice and tight. Bring it around. That's right. Cross it. Now pull on it. No, pull on it with all your might. Harder, harder, harder. Good. You did this very well. Have you done this before? No. All right. Would you give it another twist to make absolutely certain? We now, ladies and gentlemen, have steel wires going in all directions around those thumbs. You're really living this up. Now, I'm not going to pass my hands through the rings or the belt. But I'm going to attempt to do something for you that you'll never, ever see again, because there's not another person in the world doing this. I'm going to attempt to pass my hands right through the sharp edge of a razor-sharp sword. Just happen to have one right back here. Would you please take that sword out there? Before you do, you'll notice there's a little gray cap there. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Take that out of there, if you would. That goes on the tip of the sword. That's to keep you from cutting yourself. All right, if you would hold the sword up vertically, up and down with a straight edge facing me. One hand goes up here to steady it. All right, just like that. Now hold your arms out just a little bit and pull your body back this way. The gentleman in the corner won't be able to see. Ladies and gentlemen, watch very closely. On the count of 3. I will ask you, please, to be very quiet because it does take a lot of concentration. Nice and still. Please don't move. What? 1, 2.